Donnie actually says that I'm probably the very first person that he actually signed on the spot, and it was actually true. I used to be a video, TV, and audio technician, and what actually happened? Okay, I was retrenched twice. So basically, I was retrenched. At first, I was retrenched from my profession that I studied, which was very electronics, and I was retrenched because the company closed. So the second time I was retrenched. Then I thought to myself, well, let me send a few CVs, and it actually didn't work out.
He just kept on remaining positive, and for me, that was brilliant because, I've always looked up to my dad. Whatever daddy does, I'll follow in his footsteps, and I think what made me more proud of him is that he was never negative. He always had a positive attitude towards everything he did. So
I work for Remax, okay? I enjoy what I do, but it doesn't provide me with a passive recurring income. I mean, I'm unemployed until I sell my next property, which can be stressful at times. And the reason why I joined DuePoint is because DuePoint provides a recurring passive income. And that's what I've been always looking for. And when Donnie spoke to me about this business, I didn't even hesitate. I joined straight away. As I said, he hadn't even gone through the whole business concept, and 50%, halfway there, I said, I'm in. I actually used to work here in the north, doing the electric fencing, the security work, okay, installations and all that. And I used to, at lunchtime, I used to do my appointments. So when I got home, I would then take my clients out to go and view properties. And guess what? In my very first month, okay, I sold a nice property.
Ka-ching!
Ka-ching! And the dollars just... But and then I came to realize that I'm unemployed until I sell my next property. And guess what? When you get a bond, you think that property is sold. It's not sold. Because it's only sold when the money's in your account. That means when the property is registered. Because anything can happen within the 2 or 3 months of registration. And that's what I learned. And I said, you know something, I really want a plan B where I can earn myself a residual income. I can build a channel, okay, and build my business while I'm sleeping. When I left Donnie, I started prospecting straight away. I got home and I said, I'm going to make my list. Okay, I'm going to go through all the people. I'm going to invite them. I'm going to meet them face to face. And yes, and within my first 3 days, I introduced 5 people to the business.
That afternoon, I received a phone call from my dad. Dad says to me, Mickey, you would have never believed what I just picked up. I'm like, oh gosh, Dad, what a gain, please. And then he says, they've got a presentation this week. I'm going to invite you. I want you to come. And then when I got to head office, my eyes just widened. I was like, what? I'm like, gee, Dad, you've actually got a point here.
In the beginning, I also thought it was going to be a quick, okay? But human beings are very unreliable. Like say, you have to obviously continue pursuing the business, okay? I always say, all right, never underestimate the power of consistency and desire, okay? 1 year of hardcore focus in the DuePoint system can set you 5 years ahead in your life. And that's exactly what happened to me, okay? I've gone through all these milestones, okay? I've just achieved another milestone. It's a wonderful pleasure to be on this blue couch.
The first time I came to DuePoint, I was like, gee, Dad, sign me up. I want to get going, Then my dad says to me, oh no, you have to be 18. The look in my face was so devastated. I was so devastated because, I really wanted to get there and start going. And then, until I was 18, I kept on accompanying my dad to the intro presentations. And so my training was already done. I knew exactly what I had to do. I had to get 3 people to start earning. When I reached rank 1, I sat down and I said, I need to start looking at other ways to approach this, and I sat down and I started strategizing and I started phoning as many people as I knew. And I just started prospecting and, introducing people to the business. And you know what? Through DuePoint, I have developed a tougher skin. Okay? You know, people that say no to me, at the back of my head, I'm like, oh, don't stress, you'll come back to me. You need me, not the other way around.
It took me a few months to get to rank 4. Okay, but you know something? I said to myself, with the help of the Lord, with the help of my team, and with the help of my family, I will pull through. Okay, and I did. Okay, I said it will happen. Okay, if it doesn't happen at Converge, so let it be. Soon after it did happen. Within a year and a half that I was with DuePoint, guess what? I've become bond free. Every single cent that I've made from DuePoint, I put into my bond, and guess what? I've got my title deeds at home. So I'm a proud home owner. When you buy a property, you're not a proud home owner because that property still doesn't belong to you. Only once you get the title deeds. If you guys join DuePoint, every single cent that you make out of DuePoint, put it into your capital and you'll become a home owner soon.
I'm in my second year of varsity, currently studying at the University of South Africa. And you know what? I've got 4 years to go until I end my degree. And I'm not guaranteed a job at the end of those 4-5 years. And if our parents and many other South Africans out there are struggling to get jobs, what makes us young people so different to the rest of everyone else? So for me, when I saw the DuePoint opportunity, I didn't hesitate to join because, you know, I was intrigued by the possibilities. I don't want to be 30 and still relying on my parents and depending on my dad to pay for this and to pay for that. I want to become my own person. And you know, through DuePoint, I can do that. My dad says to me, study hard, get a degree behind your name, but at the same time, you pump DuePoint, you just do it. Every time I study, I prepare for my assignments, I do my exams, but every free time I get, I'm always on my cell phone, I'm always speaking to people. You know, every free time I get, I put into DuePoint. I'm on rank 2 now, but I'm working because I can't wait to get to rank 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, you know. I am always telling my dad, I said, you know, Dad, my first car you'll buy for me, my second car is going to be sponsored by DuePoint. DuePoint's going to buy my second car.
In the beginning, once you know, when you're new in the business, okay, you start building that foundation. Thereafter, okay, your team starts working for you and you also have to help your team because you have to duplicate. It's very important to duplicate people, okay? And I've duplicated my daughter, okay? That's a perfect example. That is a perfect example.
When I saw DuePoint, the opportunity, I said, I'm going to start from young. I'm going to start building up my kitty, you know? Because, do you know what? The money I'm earning now is going to triple and quadruple, you know, over time.
The difference between a good day and a bad day is your attitude. Okay, so if your attitude, you know, oh, no, I'm not going to do this today, I'll leave it for tomorrow, I'll leave it for the next day. No, you can't. You need to be at it all the time.
In 10 years' time, I want to be heading close to rank 15 and above. Successful, dependent, not relying on anyone. A free holiday from DuePoint every single year, including the cruise, okay? And my car, okay? I'm a fan of the Folksies, okay? The Beetles. I love my Folksie Beetle. Instead of one car being out there, there's going to be 5 cars out there for the price of one. And
I'll drive the other one.
And I'll get every family member to drive my Beetles home.
Rob, I don't want my last day before my funeral to be a working day. Okay, so I'm working towards that where I can become financially independent. Because you know something, they say money is not everything. I know it's not everything, but it helps. In 10 years' time, I want to be rank 15, 16, 17. Okay, and I want to achieve the car as well. Achieving the holiday, that's awesome. Why? Because you're starting January and you already know that your holiday is already booked for December. How wonderful is that? And if you go above rank 14, and then you know that the Mediterranean trip around June, July, that's when it's summer overseas. So you've got a holiday halfway through the year, and then you've got a holiday towards the end, Christmas time. I mean, success is not owned, it's rented. So your rent is due every single day. Okay, that's a nice one because it is true. It really is. If I had given up with DuePoint in my first 3 months, I would still be paying for my house. Okay, I wouldn't have the title deeds. I'm proud to be a homeowner where I know that the bank can't come and repossess my house. Okay, and that's wonderful. I'm happy to achieve the milestone that I have. I need to thank, okay, my team, all right, and I need to thank my family as well, because if it wasn't for them, it wouldn't have been possible. And I really look forward to growing with you guys. I really do. Okay, because my team, I mean, it's a wonderful team, and they know exactly who they are.